Vic Mornington, how's everybody doing? I am going to be doing a short series. We're looking at maybe four or five videos, depending on how many communities I look at. But it's going to be a short series of Mornington's acts. But we're going to be concentrating on one specific genre of the roleplay community, the modern contemporary roleplay. Now, I've heard there's going to be another couple of bloggers and vloggers who are also going to be doing the same thing, but they're going to be concentrating not solely on the modern contemporary style. One of them's going to be leaning more heavily towards the sci-fi roleplay sector, and the other one's going to be leaning a little bit more towards the historical roleplay sector. But I thought I'd concentrate on the modern contemporary, because there does seem to be a growing number of these communities that are popping up. York Hill is one that pops into my mind because they opened fairly recently. I think we might be taking a look at York Hill in 2 or 3 videos time, but we're looking at one that I honestly thought I already done a video about this place, but it turns out I didn't. Woodland Grove. It's ran by Avery and Brodie Blakewell, two absolutely wonderful people, because I've known them for a long time. They used to be residents of New Haven a long time ago. Two absolutely wonderful people, and they decided to set up Woodland Grove. And right now we're standing out the front, should I say, of Woodland Grove's main town hall. So as you would expect for a roleplay modern community, you do of course have the town hall meeting area that you're seeing in here, which is where town hall events take place. Round here you've got the city clerk, and then of course if we just spin this camera around, the most important part of the ground floor is down here. So if you do decide to head over to Woodland Grove and, you know, maybe rent after you've moved into your house, once you've got your furniture all in, you need to visit Town Hall and do 2 things. First of all, get an identification card. Second of all, register your vehicle if you're going to be driving. It's basically the same as all the other modern roleplay communities out there. You've got to get an ID card, and if you're going to be driving around the town, you've got to register your vehicle as well. Upstairs, we do of course have the rest of the stuff going on here. City Dispatcher's office, we've got the legal department, and then round here you've got the town library and the toilets, along with another meeting room. If we pull the camera out front, now they've got things set up as if it's autumn, the fall. I think they're having some kind of autumnal event going on right now. However, they also have a mayoral election, and here's Vicky Lowe, someone else that I know from the old days in New Haven. She's running for mayor. You've got Peaches Liqueurs running for mayor, and you've also got Yasmina running for mayor, who has got candy on her poster, and she automatically wins for me, because anyone who puts candy on their poster is automatically a winner. If she gave away free candy, that would be even better. Not that I'm trying to rig this election or anything. I'm going to shut up about the mayor election now. Vic's rigging the election! I don't live here, by the way, right? I don't. I used to, but I don't. So I don't have an iron in the fire when it comes to who wins the mayor election. But like all other contemporary roleplay places within Second Life, you are going to find all the basic necessities that you're going to need for modern contemporary roleplay. In fact, just round the corner, yeah, there it is. Just round the corner, you do of course have the police station, or the sheriff's office as it's called here. There's the sheriff's office right there with a helicopter parked on top. But you do of course have a hospital, a bloody big hospital from what I remember. You have the fire department. I think there's a nursery here, but I'm not too sure. And you've got a department of public works. The way that this place has been laid out, the core regions, which is where we're standing right now, in other words, the regions that are surrounding City Hall. By the way, this is going to look laggy. I've got the draw distance whacked up to 1,000. Yeah, I know. I'm on the PBR viewer as well, which is pushing my luck here. But I've got the draw distance set to 1,000, so we can just cam everywhere instead of me having to cut the video and teleport. So you're going to get a little bit of lag going on, as you're seeing here. But along with the contemporary themed housing, which you're seeing scattered all over the place, as you would expect, there's a couple of homes there, you do of course have businesses. So you've got the businesses that are lining in front of the City Hall. You've got more businesses around the corner. But as we go further in to the actual town proper, you'll start to notice a subtle change in the way that the buildings look. Not so much in the way that the landscaping look, because it's mostly all flat here, but in the way that the actual buildings look, because they start to turn in to more smaller houses, like those two that we're coming across right now. Smaller houses for smaller families, and then we hit the bay area. Now this is one of the major 3 transitions that you're going to come across if you head over to Woodland Grove. They do have a very, very wide open bay along with a wide open white sand beach that you're seeing right there. So in the bay area, which is further up from the old town proper, you do of course have boating going on, because this is a very, very large area of open water. You've got a whole bunch of smaller houses along here, which you can see again for single people or small families. They do of course have docks. There's even more small townhomes along here for smaller families or single people. And then we come across this, which I think that's the Seattle Needle, I think that's what it's called. And then around there you've even got a single runway airstrip. Yeah, they've got an airport here as well. Again, not a lot of other RP communities in the contemporary side of things can boast an airport. But if we go past the docks and the open water area, we go into the more rural-esque kind of area. But before we hit that, we're going to have a quick look at the... Wow. Did that hospital get bigger since the last time I was there? That looks bigger. There's the hospital in the distance. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors. That is a big hospital. That's even bigger than New Haven's hospital. Oh, hold on, viewers locking up. There we go. That's even bigger than New Haven's hospital. Mind you, you know, it is a rather busy community, Woodland Grove, so I can kind of see why they did go for 6 floors. That is a big hospital that you're seeing here. But if we head round here, the transition away from contemporary modern town living happens right here, because there's 3 distinct sections to Woodland Grove. We've already looked at 2 of them. The second one was the bay area, the first one was the town proper. Now we're going into the more rural aspect. If you remember New Haven, you'll remember the region called Stonybrook, which had a very definitive kind of farmland kind of feel. So 3 of the regions, well 3.5 from what I remember of the regions for Woodland Grove, does have that farmland feel. We start off here with what is basically a zoo. Right, so the zoo is the front half of the transition going in to what is essentially the rural area, because if we cam our way right across Woodland Grove's brand new zoo, we can hook round here and you're immediately faced with what is essentially farmland. And it's not just one region, which is what New Haven had. They've got 2, in fact I think it might be 3 regions here of essentially farmland rural living. So it doesn't matter what style of living you want, whether it's rural living like here, whether it's bayside living, which is right over there in the distance in the middle, or it's town living at the far end where we just left. You're going to find an area of Woodland Grove that's going to suit you down to your basic needs. So they've basically covered all of the 3 major types of contemporary roleplay living. They've got rural, they've got beach, or bayside should I say, and they've got modern contemporary down at the far end. So yeah, and of course on top of all this, not only do they have the regions laid out like this along with the road network that basically binds it all together. As you've probably seen by the mayor election posters on the front of the town hall, they also have a rather busy events calendar as well. Now there is one caveat that goes with Woodland Grove, and it's one of the other things that Woodland Grove is kind of well known for. They use voice. And I'm not just talking about Discord voice, I'm talking about Second Life voice. So if you teleport over here and you've got SL voice switched on, don't be surprised if you just see groups of friends hanging around in front of the town hall or hanging around inside a cafe just chatting away in voice, because it happens a lot over here in Woodland Grove, and I think they are basically the only one of the major modern contemporary roleplay communities that regularly chats in voice, whether it's Discord voice or whether it's voice in world. So don't be surprised if you do hear voice, but don't let that put you off, because the roleplay does take place within text. If the people who are on voice realises that you're trying to roleplay in text, whether either you don't have a mic or you're not comfortable in voice, they will roleplay in text for you, so don't worry about that. And here we are flying over where we just left, the contemporary old town, I think I'll call it, the contemporary old town, the original regions of Woodland Grove. Where the hell did I park myself? Hold on. Oh, there's the town hall. So there we go, folks. If you do end up moving in to Woodland Grove, the usual things apply. Once you move into your home, don't forget to visit Town Hall, fill out an ID card application form, and if you're going to be driving around in Woodland Grove, fill out a vehicle registration plate as well. And also, if you do end up renting in Woodland Grove, I think they may have a couple of houses still open for rent. If you do end up renting in Woodland Grove and you bump into Avery or Brodie Blakewell, tell them Vic Mornington sent you. Anyway, that's it from me, folks. As always, thanks for watching and have a good one.